Good morning, good morning. This is Pierre Laguerre here, your daily motivator, here to challenge, inspire, and motivate you. Today on episode 421, I hear the sound of abundance. Shh. Do you hear it? It's the sound of abundance. There are more than enough birds flying around. The sea is teeming with fish. Guess what? The horizon, it goes, it does not stop. And today I'm here to encourage you because I want you to hear the sound of abundance. As I'm standing here on this little island called Puerto Rico, it is abundant. There's life on this island. There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of greenery. Oh my gosh, it is abundant. Abundant. There's so many people living on this island every day running around going after the more than enough. And what I want to tell you is this for you in your life. Are you hearing the sound of abundance? The harvest is close. The harvest is very close. You have to start getting ready to get your harvest. And what I'm saying to you is that abundance is already here. We serve the God that has made this earth so abundant. There's no scarcity. Yeah, a lot of people are preaching scarcity, but you know what? The earth still keeps going on. And all you have to do is lift up your eyes. Men has still not counted the number of stars. They've given some approximate numbers in billions and trillions, but guess what? Number of universe, or rather in this single universe, number of galaxies that we've looked at, oh my gosh, there are billions of them, and they still haven't come to the end of it. The galaxy that we live in is still expanding. The universe as we know it is still expanding. I hear the sound of abundance. Do you hear it? When you look at the horizon, what do you see? It just keeps going. When you look at the sky, what do you see? It just keeps going. I'm telling you, we serve the God that's known as El Shaddai. You know, El Shaddai means he's the God of more than enough, not El Cheapo. So what I want to tell you today is be encouraged. It doesn't sound like things may look good right now. Oh yeah, but guess what? Things are changing. It doesn't sound like the abundance is knocking at your door, but indeed it is. You just need to turn around and see that it's catching up with you. You've been sowing, you've been planting. Well, now it's time to harvest, but it's going to require work. You're going to have to step out there and go do the work necessary to pull in the harvest. You see, I've been talking to you about the difference between a job and a business, why you should think about building a business. Because if you want the abundance, if you want the more than enough, you're going to have to step out of that job sometimes, get out of that $5, $6, $7, $10, $15 an hour job and start finding something else that's going to create even more for you. You see, when you build a business, you're creating what I call a dump truck. You're making more room, more space available. And I know some people are going to say, but everybody's not called to have a business. No, everybody doesn't have the heart to go out there and fight and take the harvest that's theirs. See, the violent is going to take it by faith. You've got to step out. It may be a simple idea, maybe something you're like, I don't know, but I'm just going to try it. But the reason you have those ideas is because the abundance that was built in you, the God of more than enough has made you the kind of person that would always create stuff. I'm telling you, creativity is your name. You have the ability to create things, whether you want a job or you're building a business. The sound of abundance. I hear the sound of abundance. Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Listen, people are going to try to convince you. Nah, you just got to ask God for just what you need. I get it. That's religion, because a lot of us believe that we can never ask God for more than enough. We can never ask God for what we want. Listen, I respect you, but that's religious. The reason it's religious is because if your kids ask you for something, do you deny them? This is Jesus himself speaking. If your kids ask you for something they want, do you always deny them and say, no, sweetie, not now? But the reality is, you want your kids to enjoy life. You want your kids to know that there's more than enough. Proof of it? Go check their rooms. They have more than enough toys. They can never play with all the toys that they have. That's the proof of it. You say, well, you know, I give them what they need. Come on, you know that's not true. You give them more than enough. When your kids are eating, do you just give them just what they need, or do you make sure there's more than enough food available? If you, as a parent, make sure that your kids get more than enough, don't you think the God that you serve also wants to make more than enough available for you? So I'm talking to you today to encourage you. I hear the sound of abundance. And I'm telling you, don't stop in that one place called just enough. Because when you get just enough, you're going out back to more to get more than enough. And you know what? If all you're running on is the rat wheel of just enough, the hamster wheel of just enough, you're never going to stop running. Because you're never going to have enough. Because just enough is not enough. Let's be real about it. You want to win the lotto. Why? Because you want to have more than enough so that you can rest, so that you can stop running after money. Oh yeah, I just stepped on somebody's toes. Hopefully not yours. But the world we live in, people are seeking after money. People are running after money. And the proof is the lotto. Come on now, everybody that goes gambling in those casinos, that's proof of it. Why? Because everybody wants to have a windfall so they don't have to think about tomorrow, so that they can rest. There's a quick story in the Bible where this guy actually picked up all the harvest and he was like, okay, great, now I can rest. But then God came to him and says, dude, you're a fool. Tomorrow, your soul will be required of you. What will you do with all that wealth that you amassed? And this is the problem, people. Everybody wants to get the can, fill the can, and then sit on the can. When in reality, the can is meant to be distributed from generation to generation. The reason you build a business is so that you can pass an entity to your children. If you're not thinking about building a business, you're not thinking really about the next generation, because you cannot will your job to your children. Let's be real about it. They're going to have to learn and develop their own. But I want to talk to you about the mindset that the Rockefellers had. They built businesses and they made sure they put foundations in line. They made sure that their kids had money, and they had the ability also not just to spend the money, but to create more, to add more. And this was the difference between the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts, whose kids today are still going looking for a job when they started on the same footing as the Rockefellers. What happened? You have to understand, wealth, it takes a mindset to manage wealth. But you gotta have a mindset of abundance, and you've got to have a mindset to manage it. Right now, you may be saying, Pierre, I'm not managing even $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month. So I don't understand what you're talking about here. Why would you want me to build a business? Because when you build a business, you can have more of a team working with you. And when you have a team working with you, that means you can go gather a whole lot more. And abundance is going to come from ideas that God has given you. He's already given you ideas. But guess what? You've been shy to step out. You've been afraid to step out. And every now and then you turn around and you're like, ooh, this is something I thought about 5 years ago. This is something I thought about 10 years ago. Somebody else did it. Somebody else got the patent on it. Well, guess what? The idea came to you. You just did not take action. My question to you is, will you start taking action? Because I hear the sound of abundance, and it's coming from right inside of you. It's coming out of your spirit from things that have been deposited from before the foundation of the world. It's time for you to go and take what's yours. It's time for you to go and create what's already in you, so that you can bring out abundance that already exists inside of you. This has been Pierre Laguerre, your daily motivator. I hope today that I've challenged, inspired, and motivated you to step out and create the abundance that already exists in you. Have a great day. I'll catch you on the next episode.